वासुदेवाय।
ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय।
ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय।
ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय।
सर्वे भवन्तु सुखिनः, सर्वे सन्तु निरामयाः, सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु, मा कश्चित् दुःखभाग् भवेत्। असतो मा सद्गमय, तमसो मा ज्योतिर्गमय, मृत्यो मा मृतङ्गमय। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। Good morning. Today an important topic, competition. So please see page number 79. The last quote in the page, only the first line of the quote. Swamiji's statement, competition rouses envy and it kills the kindliness of the heart. Then Swamiji is against competition. Right? It doesn't just rouse envy, it also creates fear. It distorts the psyche of human being. It is happening. You look at the kind of psychological problems that our modern society faces. The reason is because of this idea of competition. So much is put into the brain from early childhood that you are living in an intensely competitive world. Your survival is a threat if you don't compete, if you don't display that killer instinct that's being fed on a regular basis into the mind of the child. And so when he grows up with a sense of fear. And fear is a negative and debilitating emotion and naturally defeats a human being. That's why there are so many psychological problems. I have to compete with you and I have to love you. Is it possible? I have to compete with you and I have to serve you. Is it possible? Yes. They're two opposite things. I have to compete with you, you are my competitor, and also I have to love you. Gone. So our education process, instead of helping the individual integrate with himself or herself with the rest of the life, it just alienates you. Instead of you becoming inclusive, you by default become totally exclusive. I versus the rest of the universe. I versus the society. I versus the country. So you forget that fundamentally it is all one life. So there is some force deep within you which is saying that constantly that our life is one. But the education that you are being taught says that you are separate from the other people and you have to compete with the rest. The two opposite currents were at the same time, right? So that's why the distortion happens in the psyche and so many problems in the society. Fundamentals are not clear, if you ask me. Fundamentals. What is life? Actually, what is the goal of education? The education is to integrate, to help you to become totally inclusive. Where? You have found your connection with the rest of the life. When you have done that, you will have the highest degree of concentration because you have only love in your own heart. Everything is part of you and our life is one. So when you love others, you love yourself truly. When you achieve that state, you will have no fear, no distortion of the psyche, you will have highest degree of concentration. With that degree of concentration, you can acquire any skill. The survival is not a simple thing, it's the smallest thing. Even at an animal level, if you just see, there is no kind of stress or tension, no animal, struggling so much as human being is struggling for basic necessities of life. So it's time actually we rethink our educational process or systems. Fundamentals are wrong. That's the reason there is so much of suffering, enormous suffering in human societies. So what for education they do not know. Yesterday one of our teachers, her granddaughter is studying in one upmarket school in city, and the girl is falling sick again and again. Now parents have observed that because of the pressure at school, the girl is falling sick. What is happening with the girl? Girl actually has developed fear. She doesn't want to go to school. She has developed deep aversion for school, the girl. But the parents compel, right? They don't let the girls stay at home. And the mother and father, the grandparents, they are compelling her to go to school because you have to achieve class first. You have to work hard, you have to study. Otherwise there is no survival, your survival is a threat. The child doesn't want to study, she is not interested in regular academics. Probably she is interested in music, maybe she is interested in sports, maybe she is interested in something else. Then nobody with whom she can communicate because she knows that actually nobody will listen to her. Neither teachers nor parents. She has her own mind, she has her own taste, she has her own interest. But there is nobody around to allow that time for her. You just so kind, okay, you are not interested in, what are you interested in? You just tell me. The child will not come forward immediately, she will not tell. You have to allow some space, some time. And when she is in good mood, with great love and tenderness when you ask, she will reveal her mind. I am interested in this. And she wants that. You give her that and she will excel in that. She will become a genius in that. Because that is her passion. Right? That is her love. Her heart is there. And she wants to do certain things, but there is no freedom here. You are compelling, forcing something which she doesn't like upon her. And because of that, she developed deep aversion for school. She has developed deep aversion for school, but the parents compel her. She doesn't want to go to school. And that creates tension in her, creates fear in her. And that's what is happening. That is reducing her immunity level. దీనివల్ల ఏమవుతుందంటే లోపల నుంచి భయం డెవలప్ చేసుకుంది అమ్మాయి. దానివల్ల immunity levels, రోగ నిరోధక తగ్గిపోతుంది. That's why she is falling sick frequently. And now the grandparents and parents bring her to the hospital. Constantly they are giving antibiotics because the girl is falling sick frequently. Cold and cough and fever. Cold, cough and fever. And she says, my granddaughter falls sick frequently. Why she is falling sick frequently? Because of this. Because you are forcing something upon her which she doesn't like. And with the parents, they do not know what else to do. See, our schools are so, what I said, they're one-sided. Only one kind of stuff. Academics, whatever the syllabus that is there in the book information, you just cram that into the brains of the children without ever studying their interest, the area in which they are interested. The ecosystem actually you need to broad base, you need to diversify, you need to change it drastically. So every child should be able to do what his interest, but there is no such scope in our schools. At least some 8-10 areas you should be able to give, but they are not able to give. It's kind of one kind of stuff actually is put into the every brain. That's actually the mistake that we are doing. At least parents should actually think, to talk, to converse with the baby girl. They are not doing. And what happens if you make her take antibiotics from such a young age? Okay, so her disease resistance will go down further. She has wonderful natural immunity. Because of fear, actually, it is It has become weak, and now you give antibiotics. They will actually further affect your disease resistance mechanism, and your natural resistance will come down because you have started using antibiotics. What is basically an antibiotic? You are actually giving it something from outside. Once you start doing this regularly, you give antibiotics, body understands that I don't have to defend. Okay, your natural immunity mechanism understands that I don't have to defend the body against germs and infections. The person is going to take something from outside. So your immunity will not work. Afterwards, you will fall further sick, and for every time you will have to get admitted in the hospital. For that, you need more money, and that creates further stress in the family. This is how we are moving in the society. Fundamentals are not clear with the policy makers also. Yesterday somebody called me from Warangal. What for? Swamiji, we are doing a big work in many government schools. We are teaching children actually about goal setting and ethics and values. You have to come and give a talk. I said, I don't want to waste my time by coming there and giving talk in one school. Okay, he said that I have contact with all these managements of private school associations. Okay, I can help Swamiji. Then you come, we'll discuss. We need to change the entire educational ecosystem of the schools in the country. For that, I have a plan and vision. If you come, we'll discuss at least a part of the state we can do, if not in the entire country. So how we can do it, I will share my plan, my ideas with you. If you're interested, you come forward. I said, okay, I will come Sunday, but very dynamic young man, very dynamic young man actually. The Shiva Kumar, actually, he is also Abdul Kalam Foundation. So you come and I will share my ideas and we will do this. Not that actually you invite me to a school and hundreds of schools are there. How many schools I can go and teach on ethics and values? The ethics and values automatically will come first to fundamentally change the ecosystem of school education. It's very important, very important. It's a distorted education system which is actually, instead of helping the child into a fully blossomed individual, it is distorting the psyche of the child to such an extent that the child develops fear from early in life, and then automatically you have destroyed a life. Instead of making a life, you are just doing the reverse, but still you are not aware. That is the level of violence that is going on in this country, and of course in other countries it's there, but to a lesser extent. Thank you, nice day.